all this information we're requesting, and then we have our complaint right there. Let's go pay to file a complaint against the officers.
$5, please.
Is everything all right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything's good?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I'm just looking for an email.
What's that?
I'm just looking for an email for the mayor.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
There's Officer DeLuca. Assuming he was called here for me, so. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another audit brought to you by WNY Audits. Today is going to be a little different. We are back in the city of Bradford, Pennsylvania, and we have our police complaint that we have to fill in, and we are doing another right to know request. We are requesting the policies and procedures. All complaints are filed against the department in the last 5 years, hiring date, term of employment. All this information we're requesting, and then we have our complaint right there. Let's go pay to file a complaint against the officers in our previous videos. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
Good. I was doing another FOIL request, or I'm sorry, not FOIL, right to know request.
Okay.
And I also have my complaint against the police department here that I need notarized. So that's the right to know request.
So I don't have anybody to notarize anything in the building today, I believe. Tina might be able to.
Okay. I'm just gonna set this over here real quick so it doesn't fall down.
What's your name again, sir?
My name's Thomas.
Thomas. Hi. I have Thomas here. He says he has a complaint that needs notarized. Are you still able to notarize? Okay, thank you. Alrighty, Tita's gonna come down and help with the notarization on that.
All right, thank you. And could I get a stamped copy that you received that in?
Yeah, sure, not a problem.
Thanks. Got some public information here. Our work on the walls of the city, and they're always watching. We're gonna grab a couple more of these right to know request forms. Oops. All right.
You said you were gonna notarize? Okay. Well, it's gonna notarize for you. Here's a stamp of receipt.
All right. Thank you so much. Hello, how are you? Good. This is what I need notarized. And it's a $5 fee, correct?
No, but do you have your license on you?
Yeah, I do.
Anyhow, it needs to be notarized. If you know somebody that notarizes it for free, that's fine. If you do it here, there's a fee. It's in the ordinance book. It's in the fee schedule that we charge for notarizing documents.
Well, I was told by the city administrator that it was a $5 fee.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Okay, if I notarize it, I do just need you to sign and date it in front of me.
Okay. Today is the 7th, correct?
Yes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Take your license back, and what's your phone number?
Thank you. I'm sorry?
What's your phone number?
716.
Do you want to do a revenue sheet for $5 just on this? Alright, and she'll go over your charge so I can get your receipt, okay?
All right, thank you so much.
Thomas, what's your last name?
Fenneran.
I'm sorry?
Fenneran. F-E-N-E-R-A-N.
F-E-N.
E-R-A-N.
E-R-A-N. Okay. $5, please. I'll give you this copy
Alrighty.
for your records, and you're all set.
All right, thank you. Last thing. Do you have contact information for the mayor? I've tried. Like, is there another way other than calling his office? Because I know you said that he's not in the office last time that I showed up. So.
There's an. I don't know if he's got an email.
Okay. Yeah, if I could get that, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Is everything all right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything's good?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I'm just looking for an email.
What's that?
I'm just looking for an email for the mayor.
Oh, okay.
We got an officer called on us. Complaint form is available if needed.
Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. I mean, if it's going to take some time, I have it in with my right to know request
Yeah, I mean,
for city official emails. So
Mike's just gonna email it over to me real quick. So if you want to wait for that, or
yeah, I can wait for that.
Okay. That was on our website.
Yeah, I've looked everywhere. I can't even find a phone number. I got lucky, and when I called City Hall, I went through the automated service, and I believe his extension's 123. At least that's what it said when I clicked for the mayor's office.
Yeah, that's the extension I have on my. I don't really call him a lot.
Right.
I don't have a lot to email him about.
Yeah, if he's in the office, or if he's not in the office, not really the best way to get a hold of him anyways, so.
I have a mayor at bradfordpa.com.
All right.
In my system.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, have a good day.
You too.
Thanks.
There's Officer DeLuca. Assuming he was called here for me, so. We'll come outside, wait outside. Question him about it. Because we're going to the police department too. So, I find it funny that they make you get something notarized, which makes you forfeit your Fourth Amendment right, which I have no problem telling them what my name is. Obviously, I had to surrender my Fourth Amendment rights by handing over my license anyways. So, we're going to take this, and we're going to talk to the chief about it. Oh, and of course, DeLuca's slinking out the back. That's okay, we'll go talk to him over at the police station. Oh, he turned back around, so. Looks like we have another thing to do a right to know act on. See, what the call was. That brought Officer DeLuca over. Alrighty. That must be the cruiser that they were getting fitted. Alright. You pick up the emergency phone and you get a dial tone or a busy signal. All right. Well, maybe we can get this officer over here, Officer c.lucco. Maybe he'll come out and get us some assistance. I doubt it with Bradford. Guy over here going into well, c.lucco's hanging out in City Hall. Well, they close in 5 minutes, so he can't hang out over there forever. Can't hide from us forever. Let's see here. Let's pull up our other phone. Bradford Police Department. How you doing, officer?
Good, how you doing?
Good. Were you here? Were you called over there for me?
Well, I was called over there.
Okay. Is the chief in?
No, he's not.
Is there a sergeant, lieutenant, something in? I got a complaint to file.
But they're on a call.
Okay.
Hang out if you want.
Yeah, I'll hang out. Can I just get your badge number so I know who I spoke with?
Yeah, mine's 146.
146? Thank you, c.lucco. Alright, so looks like we're going to have to do another right to know request. We'll have to add this one to the footage. See why they were called over. City of Bradford, Pennsylvania. At least this officer answered the questions. Can't fault him for that, Officer c.lucco. Previous officers, they acted like clowns, but we're gonna go ahead and hang out. And we're going to wait for the lieutenant to get off the call. I'll come back. All right. Got a cruiser pulled in. Officer appears to be on her phone, so I'm not going to get too close so I can't get hit with the wiretapping. Must be end of shift. Do not want to intentionally break any laws. That's not what we're about. We're here to peacefully exercise our rights, but apparently that's an issue because we've already had the police called on us at City Hall. We're going in to file a right to know request and to get our complaint against the police department notarized. She left the back window down. looks like some gloomy skies. Hopefully it don't rain. But just a quick little update. I will come back once we have someone to talk to. Just a little update from the Bradford Police Department. It has been well over 30 minutes now that we've been waiting. Not an officer in sight. And I know there's going to be some people in the comments saying you're foolish, you shouldn't have never gave your name. The city of Bradford's going to know my name because I'm going to be a thorn in their side. I'm not going away. I will hold them accountable for all of their actions. And once they started digging a hole, I wanted to see how far they would continue to dig the hole before they realized how much trouble they're in. So yes, I did surrender my Fourth Amendment rights, handed over my license, gave my name, because according to the city of Bradford, you have to have the police complaints notarized, which obviously if you've ever had anything notarized, you know you have to have a valid license to do so. So that's surrendering the Fourth Amendment rights. And got the city of Bradford Fire Department vehicle right there pulling out. But yeah, it's been well over a half hour. We'll give it about another 15 minutes and then we'll go pick up the phone again, see if we get anything other than a busy tone. And I'll let you guys know what happens. Hey, we actually have an officer coming back up. Oh, looks to be c.lucco. Okay, I was just going to ask if there was a ETA of when they'd be free.
I don't have an ETA now. They're out with some other agencies right now, so I don't know how much longer it'll be.
All right, I appreciate the update. Thank you.
What, do you need something? I mean,
Yeah, I'm actually here to turn in a complaint form, so I need to speak with... Yeah. Against a couple of the officers here in the police department.
Do you have it filled out?
Yeah, I've already got it filled out. It's already notarized. I was hoping to speak with the chief because I spoke with the chief when I was here last time, but...
He'll be in tomorrow. I mean, if you want to come back. Otherwise, you can wait, or I can take it from you and forward it to him.
Well, I'll wait till the lieutenant gets here because there's a couple other questions I wanted to ask him as well.
Like I said, I don't know how long it'll be.
All right, Officer c.lucco, thank you. Well, Officer c.lucco seems to be a professional officer. I got to give credit where credit's due. He could have, completely just ran right inside like Officer Yohi did, like the sergeant did. But he chose to come up and give me an update. Apparently they're out with a couple other agencies, so I'll come back when we have an update. I'm going to pull up my scanner, see if I can find anything what's going on. Hey, we have another officer pulling in. Maybe this is a lieutenant. How you doing? bringing somebody in. There's another Bradford police officer that just went. Just brought somebody in cuffs. Well, now we know there's 2 officers in the building at least. Alright, let's see if one's a supervisor. To speak with a supervisor.
Okay.
Lieutenant,
I'll
or...
have to get with you.
Okay.
Alright.
Yep.
I don't know, did he already get out of the car? I haven't seen him get out of the car.
If you're looking for the officer that just came in, he got out and went in the side door.
Oh, did he go in?
Yeah, he already went in. He had someone in the back, took him in the side door.
Yeah, I didn't pick up on that thing.
Not a problem. Apparently 2 officers from probation department. Apparently someone got picked up on probation charge. Seems to be in a private vehicle. No markings. Sounds like they left cruiser number 4 running. Obviously, the chief wasn't too concerned about the tire tread. You can see the inside of the tire, or the center of the tire. This side over here is even worse. Got nice and zoomed in for you guys. There's SUV number 1. Didn't think that they would have the tires changed, but didn't hurt to verify. As you can see, I stayed probably a good 6-7 feet away from the vehicle. So they can't try to say that I was messing with their vehicles or damaging their vehicles, anything like that. Doesn't look like any of the officers that we've dealt with before. Side door acts as their escape hatch. Looks like we might have some low tire pressure in the front tire on this cruiser. Definitely, they should look into that. But you know, if a normal citizen were to, you know, walk up and put a tire gauge on it just to see if they were running at the correct pressure, they'd come flying out. You're messing with our vehicle. You're damaging it. No, I'm actually concerned for your safety, but, you know, you always think that when a member of the public is around your vehicle that they are doing something nefarious, or they're being secretive, or they're trying to be destructive. Don't get me wrong, there's people out there that do those things. But you can't look at everybody as bad. You have to judge each case individually. Just like every police officer isn't bad. Every police officer is not unprofessional. There are several professional police officers. There are several good police officers. You have to judge each one by the interactions. Oh, got another cruiser pulling in. I'm pretty sure it's illegal to talk on the phone and drive in Bradford. We got c.lucco that just pulled back in, talking on his phone while driving. Not 100% familiar with the PA laws, so let's look it up really quick. PA cell phone use while driving. Okay. So, I'll zoom in. You can't read, write a text-based communication, but down here, the state does not have any restrictions on talking on the phone while driving. Good to know.
Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you a question? Are you from Bradford? Do you live in this town?
I'm from the area, yeah.
Okay. It's kind of creepy next to the dance studio, you recording stuff.
I'm not even aiming it towards the studio, so... Well, now I'm aiming towards the studio because you had to come up and approach me. I was sitting here minding my own business till you had to say something. It's viewable from the public sidewalk, buddy. It's not my intention to get anybody going in or out of the dance studio. He can be creeped out all he wants. Huh. Maybe he'll call in a complaint to the police department. Maybe we'll get to talk to someone sooner. Obviously, I'm not from the area, so people amaze me. They'll come up with any reason to try to figure out what you're doing, where you're from, who you are, and then use an excuse like you're recording outside of a dance studio. Cindy's Pole Fitness Studio, LLC. I find it kind of creepy, people that interrupt other people's business just to interject their 2 cents. But he does have the freedom of speech. Gotta give him that. And he exercised it. He thought about it for a while. Glanced over a couple times and he was just kind of standing in the edge of the driveway there, looking over, trying to figure out what I was doing. Well, just wait till we get our poster boards made up and we come down here and sit and protest like we did outside of the City Hall in Hornell, New York. I'll have 3 cameras going then. Then I'll be super creepy. Three times the creep. People never cease to amaze me. How you doing?
Hi.
You the lieutenant?
Yep, I'm Lieutenant Douglas.
Nice to meet you, Lieutenant Douglas. My name's Thomas. I've got a complaint form that I've been trying to get submitted. I was talking to the chief a while back. I got everything here. It's notarized as required. Just had a couple quick questions for you with it, if I could. Who is the one that investigates the complaints? The chief, I would assume?
Yes.
Okay. Well, my hopes aren't very high, because when I was over at the city hall last week, the city administrator told him basically, don't take his complaint serious, don't go too crazy. But that's a different story. And my other question is, why do people have to surrender their Fourth Amendment rights in order to make a complaint? Because in order to file the complaint, it's got to be notarized, which means I have to surrender my identity. Is that something that you know, or is that something that I have to take up with the chief?
Well, I mean, you can direct it towards the chief, but I mean, to have a complaint, to investigate whatever interaction we had, we'd have to, if we look up a specific incident, we'd have to know who was involved, so we can look into that report.
Right, but if I was just a concerned citizen, let's say I'm standing here down the sidewalk, obviously I'm here with my phone, and I see an officer blow through the red light, what does my name have anything to do with, assisting in the investigation? That's where I'm trying to come from.
I mean, almost it'd be like a criminal investigation. If you look at that, for example, like for any kind of criminal charges to go to court, you have to have your witnesses, victims, whatnot. They'd have to testify in court to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt of their guilt. So, as in with the complaint, employees are offered, their due process as well as far as a personnel complaint.
I mean, we're all people after all.
Right. So you would have to prove the matter, and so and that's why you'd need ID or whatever, because just like in a criminal case, like you said, you'd have to provide the details and the proof of what the misconduct.
Right. I mean, it's just unprofessionalism behavior with a couple of the officers that I've dealt with on the 21st and the 28th. I mean, a lot of people would be like, oh, that's no big deal, just kind of shrug it off. But I mean, police officers, it says right on your card, to protect and serve. You work for the public, and professionalism is a big part of the job. And like one of the complaints or ideas that I brought up to the chief was, I'm sure you've seen as you pulled in, I was looking at around cruiser number 4. If you look at the back tires on that, the tire tread on that is really, really bad. And that, raises a concern for officer safety.
Right. Yeah, I inspected the vehicles or whatnot. We do a yearly inspection,
Well, I mean, something like that can go unnoticed, and that's why, I wanted to bring it to the chief's attention. And when I was here on the 21st, I believe it was Officer Yohe. He just looked at me. I said hi to him, just ran inside and shut the door behind him. When I was here on the 28th, I believe it's Sergeant Doherty.
Doherty.
I was literally just was walked back, said, hey, how you doing? They had a couple guys, I'm assuming, fitting the new cruiser back there. And I said, can I ask you a quick question? I can't, I'm busy, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you can't even answer a question if the chief's in? I'm busy, sorry. And then shut the door. And then it was a whole big fiasco. So I went back over to City Hall, talked to the city administrator. And I just wanted to bring these concerns up to the chief. And now it's a long, drawn-out process that it really didn't have to be.
Well, I mean, the chief, he has a lot of integrity. I mean, he'll look at your complaint, and he holds our guys up to a high standard. So,
I hope so. It's a minute complaint, really. When in the grand aspect of things, it's not like it's police brutality. It's not like it's excessive force or anything like that. But still, we're all humans. We all deserve to be treated with respect.
Right.
You know,
absolutely.
I mean, you guys have your rights. We have our rights. But when you put on the uniform and work for the public, I mean, in a way, you do kind of surrender some of those rights because you're held to a higher standard in the public view.
No, I agree with that. We are.
And, I mean, just, it doesn't make the police department look good. I mean, I've had interactions with you. You seem very professional, very cordial, and I thank you for that. Officer c.lucco, he got called on me when I was over at City Hall earlier getting that notarized. He was a little like standoffish at first, but when I was talking to him, he was very professional and he gave me updates. He's like, hey, he's out with another call, multiple agencies, doesn't know when he's going to be back. I was like, that's fine. I have no problem waiting around because, I mean, there's a gap between the citizenry and law enforcement. And one of the things I try to do is I try to bridge that gap. I try to show that not every officer is a bad officer.
Well, we appreciate that. I know I appreciate it.
And not every citizen is a bad citizen. Like, yeah, I'm walking around with a camera. Doesn't mean I'm up to no good. Doesn't mean I'm up... I'm up to, you know, nefarious activities. I don't have ill intent. I support the police department. I just don't support bad policing and utilizing the badge as a symbol of power. Mm-hmm. I mean, yes, you have the authority right now to, you know, put me under arrest, strip my rights, and take all that away from me.
Well, not if I don't have cause.
Right. I mean, I'm sure you've seen videos to where, you know, you've seen interactions and it's like, what the hell is this guy thinking? Like,
oh, there's plenty on TV.
Oh yeah, there's. I mean, and that's one of the reasons where I hold my cameras, because, yeah, I could request your body cam footage, but that goes to a third party agency, and then it can be redacted, it can be muted. No one can mute my footage. No one can redact any of my footage, anything like that. So I just wanted to drop that off. And will the chief be calling me, or should I call him in a few days?
He would notify you of your results, you know, of what he finds. But
okay.
Again, it wouldn't hurt to probably call early next week, midweek next week.
Okay.
Being that it's almost the weekend. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, Lieutenant Douglas, thank you so much for your time and your professionalism.
All right. You have a good day.
You as well. Thank you so much, sir. All right. So, Lieutenant Douglas of the City of Bradford Police Department seems very professional. I still don't agree with having to surrender your Fourth Amendment rights to file a complaint with the police department. You have all rights to submit an anonymous complaint to the police department. It's not our job as civilians to help with their investigation, but it is our job as civilians and citizens to hold the police department accountable, and it seems that Lieutenant Douglas is very appreciative of that. This is an interesting one. We've had two good experiences with officers, Lieutenant Douglas and Officer c.lucco. We've had some poor experiences with the officers, like Officer Yohe and Sergeant Doherty. But let me know how they did down in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Help push this video out to more people. Let me know how they did. And as always, all contact information will be in the description box if you would like to peacefully redress your grievances with the government. But yeah, this is going to be WNY Audits signing off.